I think some people, when they've been in this industry, if you do something like atheist activism for so long or for so many years, maybe you write books on atheism or you run an atheist group or an organization or you have a podcast like
Hmm.
this one or a stream, you end up talking about the same subject so much that when you see all of a sudden social justice, warriors, essentially, causing a disturbance at a college or university, you automatically want to fight back against that new injustice. It's something new that you've seen. It's not like the religious zealots that you fought back against in
Mm.
the past. So all of a sudden, you get a dopamine rush, and you are more interested in that fight than the fight that you've been fighting for so many years. I think that's been one conclusion. And I
Hmm.
think, unfortunately, there's a kind of political correctness, a right wing political correctness that's involved in this. I've seen some, don't want to name names, atheists who over the years have been more than willing to abandon not only their atheist advocacy, but sometimes even their outward identity as an atheist entirely, even though I
Mm.
know that they still don't believe in God,
Right.
because they want to fit more in with a religious crowd that might either have more clout, that might be part of a movement that they want to be engaged in more,
Mm.
or they might feel that there's not much going on in certain sectors. Because I would argue that there are very limited national secular outlets that still promote atheism and critical thinking exclusively.
Mm. Mm.
Um, so a lot of them have been more than willing to go into religious spaces, but also abandon their identity, um, that they held in the past because they felt that one fight is now greater than the other.
Mm.
Um,
Yeah, I guess that's possible. In my view, my experience, it's more that, well, it's, sometimes people agree with each other and they don't realize that they agree for different reasons. And those different reasons don't really come out for a while, So uh, you'll get, for example, you'll get a ton of people saying, oh my God, this like, this woke stuff, right? This is racist. And everybody goes, yeah, it is racist. And we go, we should do something about it. And they go, yeah, we should do something about it. Okay, great. Now you feel like you've got this team, this coalition. But the minute you start getting to work on, what exactly you should do about it, you have wildly diverging opinions about what the best tactics are and the strategies and all that kind of stuff. What, should you just, fight fire with fire, or should you put out the fire with water? Like, what's the best approach? And then it becomes a matter of temperament and all kinds of other motivations too. There, of course, there are people who are motivated by, clout or personal gain or whatever it is, because that it fulfills some need that they have, and that's part of it too. I try to be as practical as I can, and I try to make it so that I'm not as I'm not as at risk of those kinds of incentives because
right.
it'll lead me to bad behavior. I try, right? So, I mean, right now, personally, I can say whatever I like. I can do whatever I like. It's not going to hurt my bottom line. Uh, I don't have an atheist blog or whatever. Like, I write for CFI and they're awesome. And obviously, I don't believe in God and I'm not a religious guy, but I don't have to write about atheism every
Right.
time. I can write about whatever I want. So it's kind of a that's part of it too. There's the audience capture type thing. There's the sort of you were always kind of fulfilling a different need anyway with this, and it wasn't ever really about the thing. It was about something underneath the thing. There was a scratch that was being itched there. So I don't know. There's a lot of reasons, but I think the main thing with this particular case of people arguing for, maybe we really should just kind of seed the ground back to Christianity because wokeness is so alarming and wokeness has taken over XYZ and we don't have a comparable ideological system to replace it. I think that's just coming from exhaustion, in my view.
Yep.
It's coming from, it looks like we're losing. That's the quote unquote, it looks like we're losing. So we're going to have to take some last ditch efforts here. And, now the enemy of my enemy is my friend.